All right, so what I do want to show you is a tool that I think is a little bit better than Microsoft Copilot for workflows. So Copilot does have what's called flows over here, and I can create a flow. I'll give you a quick example. Let's just say I need an alert every time that Ritika sends me an email into my inbox, and it's going to send me a text message. We set it up with Twilio. So anytime that she emails me, it'll ding me, and then I have to have a panic attack and then hurry up and rush and check my email and make sure that Ritika's stuff is taken care of. It could be a workflow. Maybe your boss, or you're probably the boss. If you have a boss or a board of directors or something, that might be important. The bigger thing is, do you know the workflows that you have? I will tell you the dumbest thing about Copilot Studio Flows. As you can see on the left side here, it says AI agents. And right here it says flows. For whatever stupid reason, Microsoft has not integrated the AI agents that you create with the workflows that are right there. I'm sure it's on their pipeline. I don't know why they would put this all in the same place. I literally spent way too many hours trying to figure this out. Again, things should not take hours. Things should take seconds to minutes to try to figure it out. That being said, Zapier, which is at this point an empire, they were in the business of connecting applications together. Well, the benefit of being in that business is when AI came about, the ability to create AI agents and then being able to connect all these applications together, which is thousands and thousands of applications, made it super easy to connect the dots. And many of you probably have used Zapier, or your company uses Zapier. So I created a quick workflow. Now, there's a couple things with this. Let's go to the home page. You can now just prompt the creation of a new workflow. Now, Microsoft actually has this same tool. So if you are in the process of creating a new flow, I'll save the draft here, you can do the same thing. On top of it, what did I always say is the cheat code? Use Copilot or use a Comet Assistant to be able to help do the work for you. So if you don't know what's the right prompt, how to do the work, how to use the tool, use Comet Browser to be the cheat code in this process. So if you go to Agent Flows in Copilot Studio and you create a new agent flow, you can use the tool, where is it? Right here, to actually describe how you want to create the flow. So if I said, I want to get a report on all my email and summarize it, it's going to go through the process and actually create that for you. Same like in Zapier. If you do the same prompt with Zapier and build it with Copilot, it's going to do that workflow for you. Now, on the surface, both these tools look pretty identical. In this case, it actually didn't do anything, so I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. I'm gonna cheat here and say, set up a flow on agent flows in Copilot where I want to get a report on my emails, summarize it.
I think that's the way I use Comet the most, JP, is that if I'm on a website and I can't find a setting, or if I just don't want to go look for something, I typically just ask Comet to, hey, go find where I can unsubscribe from this. Sometimes websites make it particularly tricky to cancel a subscription or something like that. And I end up using the chat function to go and have it unsubscribe or cancel or downgrade a plan or something like that, that I just don't want to spend the 5 minutes to go do it. So I'll let it run in the background and I'll move on to a new task.
So right here, I just said, it just asked me one question. I want to do this with new emails. It's going to create the Zap. It's going to pull my emails. In this case, I had set it up with my Gmail account. It's going to use ChatGPT to analyze it. We've talked about Notion. You can create a database over there of what's the summary of all the email data, and then continue with the editor, and it's going to create it for you. So again, so much of this, if you want to be successful, has to do with good quality documentation. If you don't have SOPs, it's going to be really hard to get it exactly the way that you want. But in no time, it's literally setting up every single step of this process. It's asking pretty easy to set up my email account. It's testing my email account. It's doing with a test. Let's see, I don't know what happened there. Oh, this is ChatGPT. So this is where we'll use it with AI by Zapier, because otherwise I have to set up the API for ChatGPT. It's going to prompt it. You can, again, draft emails, do a summary. One of the things I like to do is I don't like to be bombarded whenever I show up in the morning with like 100 different emails that came in from last night, putting the kids to bed, to tomorrow in the morning. So one of the things that I like to do, and I work with my assistants on this, is push a lot of this stuff to Asana. I use Asana as a project management tool. Well, more and more of this, you can automate those workflows. Is it going to do as good of a job as a human right now? No. So you really want what's called human in the loop. Human in the loop basically gets it to a point like a draft and allows you to edit the draft and then send it. That's what I typically recommend for safety, for security, for, God forbid, you send the wrong email to the wrong person and CC'd everybody in the entire company about it. You want to have a human in the loop process. That being said, some of the basic stuff, for example, if there's a Wall Street Journal email you get every single day, you can actually say all the Wall Street Journal or WSJ.com emails that come in, do an analysis of the email, find all the articles that are valuable for my industry, create a summary so I can click and find those articles. I mean, it really goes back to you thinking through your workflows on a day-to-day basis. And you can go through the process, have a team member do this for you, or do it yourself. I'll show you one of the examples that I created earlier, which is I've got so many emails that are coming in. I want to just prioritize what those are, and I want to run it every 6 hours. So I created a schedule every 6 hours, pull all the email from this email account, you do with all your email accounts, run an AI agent that you can create in Zapier, just like we talked about creating AI agents before. You can have a financial agent right built in if you want. You can build whatever AI agent for it. And then I want it to send an email to me. You could send a text to you. Here's an update. Here's a summary of all the different emails that have come in. You just have to think through your workflow, document that, and use these types of tools. Now, last month, we looked at Lindy. I think Lindy is a pretty easy tool. They've made it user-friendly. I think Zapier is a pretty good tool. I think Copilot at Microsoft is terrible. It's just a nightmare. Unfortunately, those of us who are stuck in the Microsoft ecosystem kind of have to use what we are approved to use within the company. But again, a lot of these other companies are doing much, much better job. Yes, eventually AWS, Google ecosystem, and Microsoft will kind of adopt these tools, but generally speaking, they're usually behind the curve. And because they're so big, the head of Copilot is a former employee of mine. He was a student at Georgia Tech. He runs all Northeastern operations for Microsoft. And I was sitting down with him and showing their model, no offense to Microsoft, it's per employee per month, PEPM, right? Problem with PEPM is if you've got a lot of employees, guess how many of those employees are actually using these licenses? Like a fraction of a fraction, and you're paying a fortune. I was looking at one account, it was like 100,000 licenses are being used. And I just asked a dumb question. I was like, so how many people are actually using it? Well, he said 10,000 have logged in. I said, no. I said, how many people are using this on a daily basis? It took him a few minutes. I think we've got it down to like 200 people in the company were using the tool more than like 5-10 minutes, something like that. Don't quote me on that, and don't tell Microsoft on it. The point is that most of these tools sound fantastic, and you want to get everybody in the company using it. And yes, you put the security protocols and stuff like that. I think that's solving the problem backwards. I think what you need to do is figure out what the problem is first, figure out how to solve it with whatever is the best tools, then build the workflows and the team members to that. I think a lot of companies are, again, having and being forced to do the shiny object, just like those of us who had to deal with ERPs and when the internet was coming, yeah, we had to train on all these things. It's the same thing with AI, but you're going to spend a fortune as a leader in the company with a whole bunch of people who are not using the tool. So make sure that the use cases are actually useful. Am I building workflows on a daily basis? No. But I've got a team member, like Ritika said, that we hired in Nepal. I think she might be on the call, going through documenting the workflows, seeing how we do it on a daily basis. Some of the parts can be done by AI and workflows. Some of them cannot. So it's really about how you integrate that process within your day-to-day activities at the company. Pause there. Any questions? Because we're getting close to the end.
What tools are you actually using on a day-to-day basis? Like, it's become a part of your routine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've talked about this a few times. Common browser every day, get recall every single day. I'm using dust.tt with AI agents every single day. I forecast that within the next month or two, as we start publishing AI agents within Microsoft Teams, that myself and the company will start migrating the use of daily AI agents on Microsoft Teams and that ecosystem. I think those are probably like the every single day. I do the news summaries every single day. It's able to give me a quick email, pop up in the morning. I set it that it's going to come in the morning to kind of go through that. Mike has a question. What is the best tool to use for creating lease abstracts with real estate commercial leases? It's a great question. Each of the models are trained on specific stuff. Even though they say, it's trained on the entire internet, one of the things that I've done, I'll share my screen here. If you go to hiveresearch.com AI Labs, one of the things that I did was try to do a comparison of each of the different models. So let me see if I can get it here. One is there's the different tools. So just so you know, if you go to all AI tools, the stuff that I use, and I'll have to update this for the new tools that we're using today. These are tools that I'm using daily. Oh, there's another one. I use voice memo and convert it using an AI agent on Dust all the time. So when I'm in meetings and I need to record the meeting and take notes and stuff like that, I'm going to use voice memo. You could also use Whisper. It'll do it real time. And I think, God forbid, everybody, I don't know how many AI agents are on this meeting right now, but a lot of these tools can be valuable to summarize all the details. Think about it. I think we went through 20 different applications. We try to do demos of every single one of them. And yes, I know how to use them, but you're not using it on a daily basis. So yeah, using those types of tools, like I said, use the YouTube link that we're going to publish after the class is done, pull it down into Get Recall. Now, as far as models are concerned, what are the best models that you can use for legal? The two models that are the best trained on legal is going to be ChatGPT 5 Pro and now Sonnet 4.5. It has Opus 4.1 here. There's a little bit old. I need to update this, but they have specifically trained on a lot of legal contracts. That being said, it is better to create a legal AI agent for your commercial leases. Why? What you can do is you can give it examples of really good quality. You can find best in class lease agreement structures and contracts, and you can then train the model on that. I'm going to give a quick example. So one of the things that ChatGPT just integrated with is one of my favorite research companies, Parallel.ai. We use this in one of the previous classes. So Parallel AI is the most powerful and top ranked research tool, period, right now. So what does that mean? So whenever you're doing research on the internet, you could use ChatGPT 5, you could click Pro, you could go in here and click Deep Research, and it will do some pretty good research. However, Parallel.ai is a tool that is now integrated with Claude and with ChatGPT through what's called MCP protocol. So let me see if I can show you an example. So I'm in the process of finishing up a book, and I wanted to show you guys an example of research that I was doing. So just like before, I would use the assistant, and I would say, connect my parallel AI account with Claude. I like Claude as well for legal, by the way. It's really good with language. So what I did is I said, analyze the table of contents. This is the book that I'm writing, and research about the book using parallel.ai to build out the content of the book. So ask me a bunch of questions, do chapter by chapter. And then what it's going to do is it actually integrates with, let me see if I can find the exact integration for research. It sounds a little, it looks a little complicated, but it'll do the work for you. So if you look in here, search tools, I've integrated parallel.ai with Claude. Again, if you don't know how to do that, let Comet Browser do the work for you. And then whenever you say, what type of research can you do with my parallel.ai MCP integration? I did extended thinking mode. Let me stop that because it'll take a little bit too much time. Let's retry that. Let's see if it can give me a quick output here. What it's going to do is now it's going to test the connection, figure out what the connection can do, and it's going to give me examples of how to do very specific research using parallel.ai. So what I would do, Mike, is I would use a tool like parallel.ai, do a research project. So I'll literally do it for you so you can kind of see. I need to build an AI agent to build out lease abstracts with real estate commercial leases. Use parallel.ai MCP connection to build out the knowledge base for it. By the way, another word for knowledge base from a technical standpoint is called RAG. You can then click into here, and Parallel AI is already enabled on mine. I don't want to do extended thinking and research because it's going to take too long. And it might ask you some questions, especially if you're doing research mode. But then what you can do here, Mike, is it will do all the heavy research for you using parallel.ai, which, like I said, is the best researching tool out there. And you can't really see it, but the parallel.ai logo is there. It did this comprehensive analysis to build out the search for you. And it's going to run that parallel.ai search. So it's going to build out that knowledge base for the AI agent for you. So honestly, this is probably the best way to build it. I would not trust, especially if this is something critical to your business, I would not trust the regular LLM features and functions to do that job. I would build out an AI agent that is specialized with this research to go and do that. It looks like it's this. I did not do extended thinking. I did not do deep research mode, just so I could do it as a demo here really quickly. But it's got the architecture, it's got the components, static knowledge, databases, all the other components. It's going to do all the financial terms, clauses, set up the connection, build a knowledge base. You can now follow these step-by-step instructions or actually help Comet do the work for you. It'll build out all this for you. And it's going to keep on going, and it's going to build out a very comprehensive AI agent connected with MCP for high quality research to do these, like you said, lease abstracts that you're looking for. Jason, go ahead.
Hey, JP. So my lawyers, every time I would throw a contract into ChatGPT Legal and send them some of the feedback, they would always say, be careful of attorney-client privilege. So with all the sensitive aspects of your business, I don't have those issues, but I'm sure you've run this aground. So we upgraded to the ChatGPT Teams, which makes it like my own, from what I understand, my own business account.
Which we do.
Those things are supposed to be captured inside of a box that does make it confidential versus just using general chat GPT. Have you done the same for Claude? Because I know you said you use that for legal.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. We have an enterprise account for Claude. And we do, again, it's all about managing the licenses and all these people paying and not using it. The answer is yes. There are more security protocols if you're using enterprise. The same protocols can exist, especially in Claude. I had the opportunity to invest. I know many of you have invested in Anthropic. I think Anthropic is probably the best business class structure of all the LLM models out there. I think that I think it's Demario. I can't remember. Amadio. Who's the CEO of the company. He's very business oriented. Safety is a big focus of Claude's models. They've done a really good job of figuring out the hallucinations before everybody. They're the ones who invented and pioneered MCP. So like all the stuff that we're doing, connecting Parallel, connecting Notion, connecting all these, they're the ones that pioneered it. They are by far, if you hear about software as a service disappearing, vibe coding, Replit, all this stuff that we've talked about, Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.1, which are Claude's models, there is nobody that competes with them. They are the best in class. I think they've got the best protocols. I think they've got the best ecosystem. I think they've got the best, I'm going to say political views, but I think from a business and security standpoint, they're not trying to solve all things for all people. ChatGPT and OpenAI is. They want to be everything for businesses. They want to be everything for consumers. They wanted to do all the videos and, pictures and all that other stuff. Claude has now it's directly integrated with Excel. It's integrated with being able to use CSVs, legal documents, Word documents, all these other components, which actually reminds me, Jason, there is one thing I need to tell everybody. This is the coolest secret of anything that Microsoft could hide. They should not have hid this one. So if you've got Office 365, I'm going to show you right now, and you've got Excel, which God forbid every single one of us uses Excel. There is a secret plugin. You can only use it on the cloud mode. If you click home, there's a section called add-ins. Click add-ins. Of course, it's not going to work for me. And you type in Excel Labs. Okay, this is by Microsoft, so it is an approved internal product. You add Microsoft Labs, and it's going to pop up an icon. You can now agentically control Excel. Why is that a big deal? I literally, right at the start of class, I ran this. Create a financial statement, fake one, for a company. So it created all the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. It did this all automatically, okay? Now, again, we all have plenty of spreadsheets that we've got. I'm going to fast forward all the way down here to my next prompt. Okay, you get a financial statement. Create a set of charts to show trends, analysis, how the company's doing, financial stuff for a non-financial person. So it created all this analysis automatically. I did not do a single formula. So all your, God forbid you've memorized every H lookup, V lookup, macros, it does all of it automatically. And then I said, let's do a valuation of the company in a new tab. Boom, it did the discount rate, did the projection, did the entire analysis, and created a valuation for the company. Like I said, this is just a made up company generated with fake data. But all of you have this use case where you've got Excel and you got to analyze information and you don't have the time to do it. Well, now I'm not saying the FP&A guy is out of business, but I just did a very comprehensive financial analysis of trends, benchmarks against the industry, and a full valuation while we were doing class. Whenever I stopped sharing, I literally put in the prompt, created the entire thing, did all the analysis in no time. Again, first draft, great, just like with your attorneys. But like I said, do the training, try to create a closed enterprise secure environment with one of these enterprise accounts. build an AI agent. Don't let the LLM just do whatever it wants. You'll get a mediocre response if you do that. If you train it like we just did with research, the quality of output skyrockets. The more you know, the more you're building context in it, the better the output's going to be from that standpoint. All right, guys, we're over time by 1 minute. Hope you enjoyed. Please email if you have any ideas, or WhatsApp what stuff you guys want to learn next time, and we'll put in stuff, and we'll see you next month. Take care.